If you're hunting for the perfect lightning cable that promises durability, fast charging, and style, you've probably come across the Native Union Belt Cable Lightning. It boasts premium design, ultra-strong reinforcement, and even comes with a chic leather belt to keep things tangle-free. But here's what surprised me. After using it for weeks, I found some quirks that you absolutely need to know before clicking buy. Because while this cable looks like the superhero of charging cables, it might not rescue your device the way you'd expect. Today, I'm giving you the honest scoop on the Native Union Belt Cable Lightning. What works, what doesn't, and if it's really worth its $34.99 price tag. First up, let's quickly answer the question: who is this cable really for? If you're someone who values aesthetics alongside function, who needs a long cable, 10 feet to be exact, and prefers their gear to be as stylish as their office setup, this cable is made with you in mind. It's MFI certified, so compatibility with your iPhone or older iPads is a given. Plus, if you have a USB-C charging brick or newer MacBook, this cable lets you connect directly without needing an adapter. Sounds perfect, right? But wait, there's more to the story. Before we get into the nitty-gritty, let me promise you this. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly whether this cable deserves a spot in your tech arsenal or if you should save your money for something else. And spoiler alert, I've got a couple of little surprises that may just make you rethink what a premium cable really means. To start, one feature that Native Union really hypes up is the reinforced construction. They claim this cable is 6 times stronger than standard cables, designed to absorb twice the stress regular cables endure. That sounds impressive on paper, and looking at the thick, braided nylon sleeve and sturdy connectors, you'd believe it's built like a tank. And in everyday use, it actually does hold up better than cheap cables which feel like they'd snap with a sneeze. However, despite this tough shell, I noticed that the cable's flexibility can be a mixed bag. Because the material, while strong, is less forgiving than other braided cables I've tried, it's more prone to kinks if you're not careful when wrapping it up. Speaking of wrapping up, this is where the stylish leather belt comes into play. I mean, who doesn't love a built-in organizer? The belt is a clever touch and definitely keeps your 10-foot cable neat and tangle-free. But here's a funny thing. If you use this cable on the go, the leather strap can actually get in your way when you're trying to quickly plug and unplug the cable from your bag or desk. It's like the cable and the belt are in a rivalry for the title of most attention-seeking accessory. So if you're looking for a grab-and-go option, it may slow you down just a tad. Let's talk charging speed, a key factor if you're investing almost $35 into a cable. Native Union supports up to 18W fast charging with USB power delivery. That's good enough to fast charge most iPhones on the market, from the SE 2022 right through to the iPhone 13 series. But here's the twist. It's not compatible with the newest USB-C iPad Pros or later iPad Air models. If you're an iPad user looking to grab one cable to charge everything, this might lead to confusion and disappointment. And honestly, in 2024, that's a pretty big limitation to overlook. On the flip side, the cable is MFI certified, which means you won't see those dreaded accessory not supported messages pop up on your device. Each cable has an authorization chip and unique serial number, ensuring legitimate Apple compatibility. This is a reassurance you don't get with many third-party cables, so if you're worried about damage or slow charging from counterfeit cables, Native Union scores big here. But now for a big question. Is the Native Union belt cable really worth more than twice the price of a regular lightning cable? I mean, $34.99 is steep. If cables were stocks, this one wouldn't just be bullish. It'd be Wall Street's CEO. You're paying for style, durability, and brand trust, but some buyers have reported the cable's lifespan isn't as long as Native Union claims. While the reinforced ends are strong initially, after months of daily heavy use, fraying has been observed near the connectors. For a cable marketed as 6 times stronger, that's a little underwhelming, especially for those who use their cables like there's no tomorrow. Now, I bet you're wondering about everyday user experience, and here's where my story kicks in. I'm someone who moves between multiple devices daily, and I need a cable that's durable but also quick to handle. This 10-foot length means pulling it across the room without a problem, but sometimes the cable's thickness feels like carrying a slightly overcooked spaghetti, flexible, but a bit stiff. Plus, the leather strap is charming but not always practical in fast-paced setups. However, when I plugged in my iPhone, the fast charging worked exactly as promised, and no compatibility hiccups occurred. So if you need reliability and a touch of class, this cable ticks those boxes. On a lighter note, here's a little tech humor for you. Why did the cable break up with the charger? Because it found him too cord-aisle but lacking depth. Okay, maybe not the best joke, but cables don't have feelings, right? Still, this one might get a bit moody if you yank it around. Also, if you're that person who's always tangled in charging cables like they're auditioning for an action movie stunt, this cable's long length and tangle-free design genuinely deliver. The leather belt acts like the cable's personal stylist, keeping everything neat. That alone might justify the splurge for some users. But if style isn't your thing and you just want a solid, no-nonsense cable, stick around. I'll offer alternatives in a second. Another important thing to mention, the cable supports data sync as well as charging. This is perfect for those who want to connect their iPhone or iPad to a MacBook for backups or file transfers. The USB-C to Lightning option means fewer adapters and less clutter on your desk. Just be mindful the cable won't work with some newer iPad models, so check your device before purchasing. Otherwise, the sync speeds matched what the specs promised. No lag, no dropped connections. That functionality alone impressed me enough that if Native Union optimized compatibility, this would be my perfect cable. Now, here's a question for you. Have you ever bought a premium cable that looked flawless but died a premature death within months? It's frustrating and happens more often than manufacturers admit. The Native Union cable makes bold claims about lifespan and durability, but based on user reviews and my experience, it's a mixed bag. Some people swear by its build quality, while others faced wear and tear earlier than expected. So if you tend to treat your accessories with care, this cable could last a good while. But if you're rough on cables, maybe think twice. Another joke to keep things light. What do you call a cable that never hooks up? A real disconnect in relationships. All jokes aside, this cable doesn't give you that disconnect feeling while charging. When it works well. Your devices won't complain, your patience might. To recap the pros, Native Union belt cable Lightning is undeniably stylish, with a robust braided design and practical leather belt for tangle-free storage. It supports fast charging up to 18W and is fully MFI certified, ensuring compatibility and safety. The length is generous at 10 feet, making it ideal for distant outlets or workspace flexibility. USB-C connectivity is forward-thinking and compatible with most newer chargers and MacBooks. On the cons side, it's pricey for a Lightning cable, nearly $35. It's not compatible with newer USB-C iPads, which limits its universal appeal. The cable's thickness and leather strap, while stylish, can reduce portability and become a mild annoyance during quick use. Also, some reports of early wear near connectors suggest it might not be as indestructible as marketed. So, what's the final verdict? If you prioritize a blend of durability and style, have compatible Apple devices, mostly iPhones and older iPads, and don't mind paying a premium for a cable that looks good on your desk and performs reliably, Native Union's belt cable Lightning is a worthy investment. Yes, there are some drawbacks, but few cables offer that mix of aesthetics, length, and certification. However, if you want a budget-friendly or more universally compatible cable, you might want to explore other options. And before I forget, prices change fast. especially on Amazon, so if you're sold on this cable, check the link in the description below for the best current deal. That way, you avoid paying full price if there's a flash sale or limited time discount. In the end, the native Union Belt cable lightning is like that well-dressed friend who turns heads and has a few quirks but means well. It will keep your devices charged reliably, reduce cable chaos, and look good doing it. So if style and reliability are what you're after, go ahead and treat yourself to this premium cable. Thanks for watching. If you found this review helpful, hit that like button and subscribe for more honest tech reviews. And hey, feel free to drop your cable horror stories or favorite charging cables in the comments. I'd love to hear what works for you. Until next time, keep your devices charged and your cables tangle-free.